Sounds. I'm your local musical shit show. I'm a little bit slow today. I ate a cookie so that my hips wouldn't bother me. We're not here next week. I forgot everything I was going to say. And I have two fabulous guests on tonight. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves.
I'm Richie Nails from Cav Noir. And the other man, Isaac.
Yes, I thought you were talking about your other
Oh, well,
bands
I
too.
could say a bit more if you want. I'm also in a band called the Nailheads. I got some solo stuff going on. I sing songs and sometimes dance on stage. All right.
Yeah, so my name is Isaac Soares, and I play as well with Rich Nails and Cave Noir, and also I have another band called Krieg, which is a death metal band, and a couple of other projects as well.
Right on. Awesome. That's definitely something I would like to talk about. Well, welcome and thank you for coming on to the show. I really appreciate it. Richie, it's been almost 5 years since we've actually connected or talked or seen each other or anything like that. So this was a nice surprise for me. This is an exciting interview. I'm happy about this one.
Yeah, same here. It's great to see you, and we really appreciate you having us.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the cover of your like the cover artwork that you sent me.
Okay.
And all the pictures that you guys sent me. Those you guys did a good job with all that stuff.
Cool. Thanks.
So how did you guys meet? How'd you get together?
Believe it or not, we met at a church. Yeah. I go to a church in nearby, and my friend here, I met him. He's originally from Brazil, and he was in the same building.
Cool. And how did the music conversation come about?
He taps his knees and he looks like a musician, like he moves like a musician, and it was my wife that saw that and said, "Hey, I think that guy's a musician."
Oh, really? That's cool. That's cool. That's neat.
I was playing air drums.
Right on. She's got a good eye, eh?
Yeah. Otherwise, I probably would never have known.
Oh, that's so cool. Right on. So you guys are I can't talk today. I'm really sorry. So you guys are an unlikely duo. I don't know why that was so difficult to say out loud. Jeez. And I don't get to do any of this over because it's live.
No, it was really strange, like to meet him and then find out, like, I'm in a. Not only am I a musician, but he tells me he's in a death metal band.
Yeah.
So, which is kind of worlds apart, like from where I'm from. Like, not that I don't like metal and stuff, but it's just not the scene that I'm in.
Right. Right. Yeah. So, death metal. Can you tell us a little bit about that? That's crazy.
Yeah, so I've been playing death metal for, I would say, 20 years, and I had another band called Sabataria, also from Brazil, and
Cool.
with about the same people we started Krieg, and yeah, this is the kind of song that we like to play. I would say the current band Krieg is more like a death metal, a technical death metal. So if you like that kind of sound, please feel free to investigate our song. And if you want more information, you just have a web page as well, which is krieg.us.to.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for that info because I'm a huge death metal fan. That's wicked. That was a pleasant surprise. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I hope you like it.
Oh, I hope so. I'm sure I will. I have a lot of Richie's music and he's very talented. So if you guys are working together, I imagine that there's a lot of talent with you as well. So
thank you.
So okay, so let's talk about your album. How did you guys write it and how did you put it together and where did you write it?
Uh, it started kind of like it, it was a kind of a slow start actually, like because we didn't automatically just join ranks. We kind of like um talked about music, saw we had some interests in some similarities, but also like I said, like worlds apart. But there was an interest there because we both like our respecting genres too. We're just not
Right.
like from those worlds. So I mean, I've listened to some really heavy stuff in the past, and I grew up liking metal too. So it wasn't like so foreign to me. But but at the same time, we kind of had that slow start to like where we didn't know we were going to work together. I don't think
Right.
so. It took maybe what, Isaac? What did it take? Like a year or two before we said let's do a project. A
Around,
year
I
at
would
least.
say 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, I was investigating your profile and with some Fed agents, and they said you have a clean profile, so I can work with you. Just kidding. Yeah, it was about that. So it was a. I was like thinking. I play death metal, and Rich is more into the punk scene, and I would say, how can we do something together? And what I thought I started just writing some ideas, and I was thinking, what can we do together? And I come with some song ideas, and I showed to Richard. Rich, are you ready for this? And he said, yeah, maybe. And then we got together, and at this time we. I think I had their first song and work on that, and it was amazing. I loved that first song, and the chemical was there for the very beginning, and
Cool.
this is where we started.
I don't
Very
even
cool.
remember which was the first one.
It was, I think it was, I'm bad with the song names, but I would say, I could say you the riff.
Was it Stigmata or Gates of Hell?
No, none of them. It was, no, Gates of Hell. Sorry, it was Gates of Hell. Yes,
Okay.
yeah, it was Gates of Hell. I remember for the riff.
Right on. Awesome. You know, sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so like since you guys have recorded, have you guys been playing live?
No, and I don't think this band's gonna play live unless like there was like a high demand. Hey, Isaac.
Yeah, the thing is, I still have small kids and toddlers, maybe, and it's hard to hit the road
Yep, I
with
can
those kids.
understand
But
that.
I think when they are 15, maybe it's it's a good time to
Yep,
talk about that. But right now,
yep,
that's something that's preventing us to
yep.
play
I could
live.
totally understand that. I have two little
Yeah,
kids too.
yeah. If uh, if I could afford to live in with the money from the band, of course it would be great. But if I leave my job and depend on the band, I'm gonna be starving in one week.
Yep, yep. I totally understand the starving artist concept.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So no, I can't fully depend on Sofa City either. So I guess
yeah,
I mean it's a lovely dream. I would love to just write for the rest of my life and not have to do anything else. But I get it, kids and
yeah.
rent and mortgage and cars and we have responsibilities. So it's nice to be able to let loose and record and write music and stuff. What's your writing process like for the two of you?
In this band, Isaac just gave me a whole bunch of demos, and I just wrote all the lyrics and melodies.
Cool.
So it was like it's kind of like it just fell into place because I
Yep.
like writing. I like writing. I usually write in Nailheads. I write everything, so it was kind of like it was more like he took on
Yep.
half the weight of the project. So that it's like he's got a strength in writing a lot of good metal riffs and kind of
Nice.
blending it with punk and everything. So
Nice.
Yeah,
So it's a bit of a relief for you that had a little bit less of the writing to do.
yeah.
Was it a different process for you to have different creativity added to it for the writing versus you writing most of it yourself?
Yeah, it went quicker. Writing the
Yeah.
songs went a lot quicker because I didn't have to
Cool.
worry as much. I mean, we did a little bit of talking of arrangements and stuff like that and
Yeah.
production together, but
Hmm.
for the most part, like he was mostly in charge of that. So yeah, it's a lot less in that regard. Like the lyrics came quick. I find we recorded the album very quickly because of that.
Right on.
So
Nice.
and
It's
then
nice when you can play off each other's strengths.
yeah,
Right on.
Yeah, Rich is very good at adding melodies to the song and writing lyrics. And of course, he's when I come, if you are working alone, which happens with some of my projects, we don't have like a producer, someone to say that part's not good and you should
Right.
replace that. And when we're working together, like we've done with our songs, sometimes I came with one idea, and then Richie is always comes had something on top of that to say that we should change that and add some arrangement here. I have some idea for this part, so this is why the I think the music is better there.
Right
yeah,
on.
it's true. It kind of frees you. It does free you up in that sense where I could almost look at the music as from an outside perspective because sometimes when you're wearing many hats, you're kind of like thinking about the arrangement, thinking about the drums, thinking about the guitar,
Yep.
thinking. But like in this case, it's like because he was doing so much with the music, I could kind of like hear it outside myself, and so then I
Yep.
would notice. Then it kind of frees me up to like notice things I wouldn't notice as quickly probably because I'm
Yeah,
not
and kind of balance it from your end.
right.
Awesome. Right on. It's nice when you find people that you work so smoothly with.
Yeah.
How long did it take to put it together? Because you said that it was relatively quickly to put it all together.
How long did we take to do the whole album?
I think uh, around 6 months. I think maybe because we met we met like once in a week,
Right
around six
on.
months. Yeah, yeah.
And we
Awesome.
the album's not out yet though. It's gonna be out as soon as possible on Broken Curfew Records.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we put out 5 singles from I think we started in January putting out singles every
Mhm.
couple months, and
Right
so
on.
like we just put out that last single Bloody Mary for Halloween, and then so now we're ready to put out the album.
Nice. That's awesome. That's exciting. I can't wait. I can't wait to
Cool,
hear the whole thing. That'll be fun.
cool.
So yeah, and I know you said that traveling's definitely not in the cards right now, but if you can find your way out to this end of town, I'll take care of you guys. Definitely,
Awesome.
for
Thank you.
sure.
Thank you.
So, are you still doing stuff with Nailheads?
Yeah, Nailheads put out a single in October too. We put out
I think you sent
White
that.
Trash Massacre as a celebration to the 50th anniversary of Tobe Hooper's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original.
Yeah, I think you sent that to me actually. Now that we're talking about it,
So
maybe.
that came out in October, and actually Isaac played guitar in that too. So
Cool.
yeah, so yeah, Nailhead's still gonna put out stuff and hopefully get on the road too. I've been doing solo stuff too, so
Cool.
if I do get on the road, it would probably be my solo music, and we'd see. Like I mean, I could always play Nailhead songs solo too because I wrote the songs.
Right on.
It's
Okay.
just a
Yeah.
matter of it's just a matter of finding the right musicians that you can work well together with on the
Yeah.
road. It's very hard.
No, I hear that, especially too when you find somebody that you click so well with. It's hard to do things, that you've written and recorded with other people with that flow. It's hard to do it with other people, right? Because it's not the same feeling, it's not the same emotion.
Right, right.
So, yeah. So, right on. That's awesome. I'm really glad we got to do this. It has been quite a while, and you have a lot of exciting things going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So,
and one thing that it's kind of fun because I was I joined in Rich with in the Nailheads, helping him he featured in one song, and
Hmm.
he's also featured in two Krieg songs. So we have
Cool.
death metal with a death metal instrumental song and with rich voices there, and I like it, the outcome of the song. So it's kind of
Cool.
and when you have a chance to work with each other in our projects, and it turns out good.
That's cool. That's awesome. And it's neat how you guys aren't only interchangeable for like throughout your bands, but it's throughout genres of music too. And like it's not just little slight changes. Like there's death metal in there and punk in there and
Yeah,
like they're dead stop changes. That's awesome. That's good. That absolutely shows how talented the two of you are when you can not only pull off different genres of music solo, but you can pull it off together when they're not necessarily your style of music. So that's really neat.
that's what's cool too about working with Isaac is he also likes like so many. I love so much different. Like I mean, people think, oh, you're in a punk band, you only listen to the Casualties or something, but like I love like everything from like jazz to blues
Yeah.
to whatever, you know. And Isaac the same thing. Like he has a wide variety of stuff he listens to. If you listen to his solo stuff, it's like traditional Brazilian guitar mixed with progressive.
Cool.
How would you describe that, Isaac? Your solo stuff?
Yeah.
Is
Can we
a
talk about that for a minute?
is a salad.
First three?
uh, what would I say? It's yeah, it's kind of it's good because it's my project, and then don't have engagement to do, like for example in with Krieg, I try to keep it in the same range of music, like death metal, extreme metal, and then I can't take too much risks there. But with my side personal side projects, it's as the name says, a project, and with that project I can use experimental stuff. So we have a lot of Brazilian music mixed with some and it's a very different kind of music. It's experimental instrumental music, and
Yeah,
there is
that's
some
cool.
kind of weirdness there too. But yeah, if you are looking for some experimental stuff, you can check it out as well. My solo project. The link is
Cool.
my name is right in there. ISAQUE dot US dot TU.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Thank you.
So, do you guys have plans to continue writing more music together after this album comes out?
Oh yeah, for sure. We're hoping. We already actually started working on other Cap Noir songs, so
Cool.
yeah, we're hoping to get another album wrapped up. And plus, this record label's been really supportive. And shout out to Broken Curfew Records in California.
Cool.
They got, you would like that label because you like metal. It's like it's got extreme, all like this extreme and experimental metal, brutal, pretty heavy
Yeah.
stuff, like heavy bands on their
Right
Pulpit
on.
Vomit, yeah, Mangled
Okay.
Carcass.
Sweet. The heavier the better. The
Yeah,
heavier,
that's a,
the grittier, the grosser, the dirtier. I love it. The heavier the better.
cool.
Like I listen to everything from Cher to Liberace to there's everything in my. I always say my music list is bipolar because there's everything in it. But yeah, death metal and like grindcore and the most obscure stuff you can find. That's my favorite.
Cool. Yeah.
So right on. So what are your influences for this particular project? And to add to that, what are your influences that brought you into the music industry?
Do you want to start, Isaac?
Yeah, I can start. So for this project in particular, I like it. I would like to mention one Brazilian band called Raimundos. I'm sure you never know about them, but it's I like that they kind of music. It's kind of they have some heaviness there, but they the music flows on like in hardcore punk uh,
Cool.
style, and I
Mhm.
listen to them a lot to get some influences. So in particular to Cave Noir. Uh, I would I could mention another band which is I like uh, as well, which is the Crucified. They have their first and the second album, The Pillars of Humanity. I like
Mhm.
that album too because it's like a crossover, uh, punk crossover, and I think was like a good influence for me as well. But personal bands like I like to listen every time. I can mention Extol from Norway. They kind of extreme metal, and I like their music because they do kind of what I like to do, like experiment a lot of uh, styles together in one music.
Mhm.
And another band that I would like to mention is Tourniquet as well, which is an old school thrash metal band, and they are awesome. A unique band with in terms of songwriting and lyrics. I love their songs, and I think that's pretty much it that influences me.
Cool. Right on. What about you?
Yeah, well, it's like I've been getting because I could focus just on lyrics. I kind of I got most of my influences from like people rather than bands, but I kind of
Cool.
mix it up like because I already like because we listen to so much music. There's like so much influence already in our brains that we don't even know. I don't even know sometimes where it comes from, but um, as far as lyrical, like a lot of the Desert Fathers, like those were the like kind of um, the monks that lived in the desert in the 4th century that were escaping persecution, so they went to inhabit caves and
Right.
reading their writings and stuff, and just kind of putting myself in that headspace a little bit. Like the band Caf Noir kind of is like that theme of like almost like a monastic lifestyle of somber um, thought provoking, like just taking time to think and not so much like just spout out or regurgitate what everyone else is saying in society, but
Right.
kind of question where you're at and where you'd like to be. And uh so I got a lot of influence from people like that, like St. Francis of Assisi or something, or like um different guys like that, like saints and martyrs and mystics. But as far as music goes, like Isaac was saying, some punk and metal bands like I like gothic punk too, because we kind of like Typo Negative and Black Sabbath, of course,
Yep.
the classic metal band that everybody should
Yep.
like
Yep.
Mhm.
The
Defense of
Aussie
God.
years,
Yeah.
predominantly the Aussie years.
Yep.
Um,
War Pigs was what turned me into a metalhead.
yeah, that's I remember that as a kid, and I remember the Faith
Yep.
No More version too as a kid.
Yep. Yep.
Uh,
Yeah. War Pigs and my friend's dad's weed.
I think
So
everybody is we are just emulating Tom Iommi. He has
yeah.
done everything. Right now, it's just trying something, but everybody's just doing what they have done.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. So how did you guys know? Like, what was the first time you guys picked up your instruments? How did you know music was your thing? How old were you?
uh, I guess I was fooling around singing, like just kind of clowning around as a kid. That started young because seemed to be a lot of music in the house, having two older brothers and an older sister.
Right.
So you'd hear Michael Jackson at his peak, when he was really popular, and
Yep.
all the stuff on the radio, a lot of stuff on the radio, a lot of vinyl from our parents in the house, and just playing all kinds of different. You kind of like it would go from like the Ghostbusters theme song to like Carly Simon or something. So there was
Sounds
like
like
a lot
a
of
vinyl
variety.
collection.
Then when I got to choose my own music, I started getting to like the Jackson 5 and stuff, and I think that
Cool.
kind of probably sowed the seeds of soul music into my brain.
Cool.
And then afterwards, my brothers started showing me like Pantera and Megadeth and heavier stuff.
Yep.
But then I got into punk as a teenager, and the Ramones, all that kind of, the Clash, and just, and in between, like there was a lot of discovering country and discovering. So back to the question, like just singing a lot over those years, and picking up an instrument when I got into punk to start writing my own songs, like listening to the Misfits and stuff. So that probably started in high school. Like I started singing for bands, but before that I was writing music actually with my brother and with friends I'd hang out with. We'd write songs and record silly songs, but I wasn't playing any instruments. It was more like knocking on Tupperware or something. Or
Yeah, that's the stuff I want to hear. That's the stuff I want to know about.
yeah, it was mostly like banging on things in the house and recording it and making albums and thinking that was like albums, and
Yeah.
making people to listen to it. I remember in high school too, me and my buddy, we would record these tapes. Actually, it was called the Nailheads. It wasn't the same band technically, but that was where the Nailheads name first came about. And we would record rapping song, just like anything off the top of our head, and
Yep.
listening to, like, playing jazz and then just singing over it. Like it'd be instrumental jazz and coming up with like bebop lyrics off the top
Yep.
of our head, and making cassettes of all these different songs we'd write. And it would go from, like I said, rap to like freestyling jazz, and comedy skits in between, and then hand it out to people at school, make
That's
our
so
own
cool.
covers. So
That's
when
cool.
we learned our own instruments, like he took up drums, I took up bass. We kept the name the Nailheads and started a
Yep.
serious punk band. That was towards the end of high school.
Yep. Yeah. That's killer. And you're still recording with them. And I saw you in 2019.
Yeah.
Right. And we're moving on to 2025. So that's awesome. That's awesome that it really realistically it started with, banging on cupboards and a cassette recorder for you. So that's cool. That's really cool. For me, it started with a pen and paper and the little golden books.
Okay.
I would take words out of those books and I would rhyme them with other words, and that's how I started writing. And I was only 6 years old, so
Cool.
I totally understand banging on shit with other things. I get that.
Those golden books were golden. They were
Well,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I they've inspired a metal book series for me. I just need to be able to sit down and write it. But I take your stories of the mosh pit and I write them in golden book style.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, I just have to sit down and do it, and I have a hard time sitting still. So what about you? What's your musical history? How did you start
Yes.
doing what you're doing?
Yeah. When I was like a kiddo, I would say something around 8 or 9. I was I had like a piano toy, and I started playing that piano by myself. So nobody taught me how to play, and I just got some just basic songs. And my mother realized that I could play something. And at the time, I just did some piano lessons, but I didn't like it much. The way piano works, and other than that, I had issues reading the sheets, because I figured out later that I have I forgot the name, but like you can read the small things, and dyslexia. I don't know if the English name
Dyslexia.
is
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
and I figured out later, and that was so hard for me to read the sheets. And then I dropped the piano, and was like that for till I was a teenager. But then I started to listen to metal music. I didn't listen before, like around I was 14 or 15. A friend of mine borrowed me not a Rise album from Sepultura, and that was the album that I said, no, I like that kind of music,
That's
and
awesome.
I needed to learn the guitar because I like it. I want to play that kind of song. So
Yep.
and then I learned guitar, and after that I think I got the Unplugged in New York from Nirvana, and
Yep,
I loved that album, and I took all the songs from the album by ear at the time by
that's
myself.
awesome.
And after that, it's just stories. I learned a lot of stuff. I had some bands there, and it was that's the way I started playing, and pretty much
That's
it.
cool. That's awesome. You guys have
Mhm.
such different histories. That's so cool how you guys came together and created what you did from the histories that you just gave us. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Right
so
on.
we kind of have the same age, but and we live in different countries. And when we got together, sometimes we are just sharing our histories and a lot of things Richie been through, and it's like the same story that he has, of course, with a different background, but
Yep.
we've been for same thing together almost in the same time. And there are a lot of bands that he likes, like he mentioned Oz. I love Oz Osbourne and his first albums as well, and Black Sabbath with Oz and Pantera. There are plenty of bands that we
Yep.
like. At the time he liked the band, I liked the band too. It's a fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how do you find that your musical histories, because they're so very different, how do you find that they influence each other? Like how do you find that your histories influence each other when it comes to writing?
I think I like a lot of the well, I dig the stuff he writes. Isaac writes, so like that style of music is not something I didn't like growing up. I liked metal. I liked there was a period actually where I was like really into metal, just into metal, and so prior to discovering punk, kind of, and I remember listening to Vulgar Display of Power like all the time. I knew like I would sing that like constantly every lyric to that album, and stuff like that. Kind of like it kind of stays in your mind's file cabinet of what you like, your interests in music. So like hearing his stuff is like hearing his when I listen to his music, I hear all kinds of stuff that didn't necessarily go in that direction, but it appeals to me just as much as the stuff that I did go into. So hearing like his riffs and hearing like the influences he has, like I still could relate to it and connect with it because I did listen to a lot of different stuff growing up. So I think that's kind of like what he was saying. We were kind of living in parallel universes, but at the same time, very similar. So we could connect on that musical,
Yep.
wavelength. So when
Yep.
he was like, I was doing a punk band. I chose to go into punk. He chose to go into metal. But our bands were actually Nailheads and Craig are almost the same amount of years we've been doing those projects. So on
Crazy.
different sides of the planet. So
That's so cool.
so I think that's why we could connect too with the music. Like it's not the music I necessarily some of the stuff he writes I would never write,
Right.
but given the chance, maybe I would have gone in that direction. So it kind of
Yep.
opens a door for both of us, I think, that we're not like opposed to, but we just didn't
But
go that way.
yeah, but weren't necessarily expecting to open.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. That's really cool. Hi. Can you hear
Hey,
us?
hey, brother,
Yes.
what's up?
Hey, sorry, am I fucking up your thing?
No.
Not at all. Not
Wait,
even a little bit. I'm digging those fucking shades though.
yeah,
I really am.
they're actually prescription because I'm old. So
I
they
love them. Can you
stylish
lift
and
your
funky.
camera just a little bit higher so that we can see those great glasses? I mean, your tattoo is fantastic.
My
But
tits.
yeah,
What
sure.
kind of thing is this?
It's definitely above 19. It
Oh,
is
can I?
now anyway.
Yeah, can I swear? Because I hope the fuck
Sure.
so.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
absolutely. You can.
it take away.
Can you introduce yourself in the process, please?
My name is Todd. That's it.
That's it. I really thought there was a
My
follow-up sentence.
There was, but I didn't want to say it out loud because it referenced me as a fucking idiot or something like that. But no, I'm Richie's friend, or Richie's my friend, And here I am.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
So
I'm just here for my glasses. So
this is my other brother from the U.S. So I got family all over the world.
This is cool. Right on. This is why I do this, is so I get to talk to people from all over the place. I meet a lot of interesting people doing this. So, and 3 of you are right here.
Wait till you hear how me and Todd connected. It's a very.
Oh, Giver, just tell me. I gotta know.
You want to? You tell it, Todd.
when we originally fucking connect, like the first time we talked. Sorry, I'm trying to put this.
Okay, well, I guess I'll kind of like give you the pre-story story. So I discovered Todd's music as a teenager. I got into the band.
Wait, no teenager shit, because that means
you're dating us.
Yeah,
I was dating us.
Dating
okay,
us.
well, when I was younger or whatever, I used to in the past I listened to Todd in his band The Mistakes, and also his work with Total Chaos. And so like he was in those bands and he was in many other bands, but those were the bands I knew. And so I got into his stuff, and I years later I ended up writing his bassist asking him if I could cover a Mistake song, and he's like, you got to contact our singer-songwriter Todd. So anyways, Todd contacted me.
What happened was Richie emailed the whatever page that Chris was running. Chris Wilson's the bass player.
Okay.
And he texted me. He said, this kid from Canada wants to do Tomorrow, cover of Tomorrow. That's the song. And I'm like, well, of course. I'm like, just fucking give him my phone number. Tell him to fucking call me. And he actually did. So.
We're ballsy up here.
Well, I love Canada. I grew up literally a river across the river from Canada, which I used to cross.
Right on.
Yeah, I guess it's technically illegal now, but yeah, I still did it.
I can see the Niagara Falls border from the front of my building.
Awesome.
So I completely understand living across the river.
Well, it's a good thing now. If it was Niagara Falls, which I've been to, and I tried to cross the river as a kid, might not have ended.
Not so much. Not so easy.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not an easy swim. I don't recommend it. We have the most dangerous rapids in the world underneath the Spanish Arrow car in the gorge. I do not recommend trying to swim that shit.
Yeah, but if it's dangerous, it's probably funner.
Right. That's fair. That's fair.
So what are you guys talking about? I'm sorry if I interrupted your.
Oh, it's all good. I'll also tell them the story how when we met, I actually never ended up recording the cover, even though that's the original.
I was going to mention that, but yeah.
And so, but we do have to do it together. But anyways, that brings up kind of like our history working together. So me and Todd would have these, like, we hit it off right away. We became really good friends right off the bat. And so I remember we'd have these late night conversations where he'd tell me all his stories and experiences. And I kind of, I would remember them all and kind of like see them in my imagination and write these songs afterwards. And I had written almost maybe at the time, almost an EP or an album's worth of songs about our conversations. And one of them that survived and actually Todd ended up singing with me was Nailhead song, Live to See Tomorrow, the title track of our last record that we were touring for when I met you, Amanda.
Ooh. And
so Todd did those vocals with me, and the song was based on our conversations and his experiences. And so like and then since then we keep talking about doing an album together. So
that's so cool. That's a lot of fun. And when you guys came down to the falls, we had a fucking blast.
Yeah, it was really
a great time that night.
Hey, no swearing. I don't.
Oh, that's
offensive. Sorry.
I'm fucking sorry, man.
No, I'm not sorry.
My grandfather was a trucker, and my ex-husband's a newfie. There's no filter. I can't. I'm on the wrong show if I can't swear.
It's
I'm
your
on the
show.
wrong-
Good
I'm
thing
on
I
the wrong-
own it, because I'd be fucked.
I'm on the wrong fucking planet if I can't swear.
You ever watch Trailer Park Boys?
Yes.
Oh man, the
It's funny.
scene where Ricky's in jail, and if he's like, if I can't drink and smoke and swear, I'm fucked, Your Honor. And she lets him swear through the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't recommend doing that in real court though. But that's a whole different story.
Never been.
That's
Never been, so I don't know.
probably good. No, it's definitely good.
All
I don't know
right.
about Canadian court, but American court, especially in like Van Nuys, California.
I don't know. We have the
Don't
catch
think
and
I-
release program. We don't
Like a
really
fish?
have much of a fucking yeah, kind of. kind of.
It's like fish shit.
Kind
girl
of. I'm
had-
serious. I'm not even joking. It's called the catch and release program.
Wow.
I swear it is.
I like that. But but with fish, when you catch them, you release because it's the wrong size or the wrong fish or whatever. So what are the parameters just in case when I come to Canada to record with Richie, I know the rules. If
I
I
don't
get
know,
caught,
'cause
if I get released.
I'm not sure, because aren't you guys in Quebec? Don't you guys have some different rules than we do here in Ontario?
Probably, yeah, for sure. But I don't know all the rules, you know.
Yeah, no, I do know that there are some different laws there versus here. And I think it's because Parliament is in no, Parliament's in Ottawa.
Parliament Funkadelic?
Yeah.
Yeah, Quebec has been always like
It's always
different than
been
the rest of the country.
yeah. There's always been different, and it's not like everything, but like some rules are different from here.
Totally.
One thing is for sure, they're gonna charge you triple the taxes.
Just Canadian
You know-
taxes.
You know, not to cut you off, but you know the best rule about not knowing the rules, or if you're, it's just fucking don't give a fuck about the rules, and then you're fine.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm a
If
rule
you don't know,
breaker.
if you don't know you're breaking them or not, you don't have to worry about it.
You could plead ignorance.
Ignorance is bliss sometimes.
Most of the time.
Yeah, but they'll crack down. They don't care if you know or you don't know.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true. That's true.
That
You ever
means
met a
what?
Toronto cop? They don't give a fuck.
But you have to get caught for that to happen. So that's a
That's
whole
fair.
other.
That's fair. I've made it 42 years without a criminal record. Don't ask me how. I don't know.
So aren't we talking about Richie's new music and stuff? I mean,
We were, yeah.
Is this a episode about let's get the dumbass American to make an ass of himself?
Well, I don't know. I would
Because
say
that does happen.
I would say it was more like, can we have some veteran music come and chat with us and tell us some stories?
Yeah. Yeah, like this year, hopefully 2025, we'll be doing, like we're saying, more Cav Noir stuff that me and Zach are recording. And also, Todd's gonna, start
I'm
coming
glad
out
you
here.
said that, Richie, because I never knew how to pronounce that. The name of it. I didn't want to sound like a moron. You can say like Cave Nor or something stupid.
That's all right. I fucked it up in the promo, and it's there for life. And oops.
Oh, we did it. We did an interview with another American, and he same thing. He was calling us Cave Noir throughout the first 5 minutes, and then when I said it, he's like, "Oh, that's how you say it." So I knew that was. It's kind of like Nirvana, type.
Yeah.
Of
No,
thing.
but it's not like spelled different or weird. It's just, well, Americans are morons, but it's a whole different thing. In Detroit, where I'm from, there's the only place you could get like cool clothes was called Noir Leather. So I knew how to say noir. That sounds French. Is that Canadian? But
Or like film.
the cave in the
Also,
cap
film
thing, I
noir.
didn't know about it. So
I
There's a
figured
restaurant-
everybody would know noir because film noir and stuff, and Also,
There's a restaurant here in Toronto called Au Noir, and it's a completely blacked out restaurant. You can't see anything. you eat in pitch black.
I think the
That's
first one was in
amazing.
Montreal. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
if they
it was a
moved.
really, really interesting experience. The amount of times I lifted an empty fork to my face.
That now, so you don't even know if you're eating food. Brilliant idea.
Like it's questionable. I don't know. It was actually a really neat experience, and they're like a 5-star dining. So
Yeah,
it's
of course. You have to give them 5 stars, and nobody knows what the fuck's going on there. They didn't see it, so you probably just
But-
assumed it was awesome.
well,
They turn on
I
the
mean, it didn't taste like shit.
You turn on the lights and there's bugs on your plate.
Oh.
Wait, they got bugs in Canada?
Did
yeah.
you know? Did
It's
you
pretty
know that we have the biggest plant for bug processing for human consumption in the world in London, Ontario?
Is that
Really?
the cricket farm?
Yeah.
I thought they only ate bugs like in.
No, they're so okay. Are you ready
It's-
for some conspiracy shit?
Oh,
They're trying to turn us off red meat and turn us on to bugs.
Now, who
because
did this?
Yeah.
The
High in
lizard people?
protein.
Klaus
Oh.
Schwab.
Lizard people.
Yeah. Oh, we stand in the same circle, sir. Yes, yes, him in the World Economic fuck 'em.
Yeah, and what do lizards love to eat? Bugs.
Yeah, I don't like those.
Boom.
Yeah.
Exactly. The lizard
Yeah.
people
Probably
are
gonna get
trying to.
shot.
Reptilian
right now,
lizard
but-
people. Now we're talking. This is my
I'd
jam.
rather to die.
You know how hard it is to be a conspiracy theorist in the music industry.
Mhm.
Conspiracy theorist, a truth
Right.
talker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Talker. That's a good.
yeah. You want to talk about not following the rules? I didn't mask or vax the entire time through COVID, and I survived. Yeah, I have a deadly blood disorder, and it wasn't worth it to me to fuck around with my own health to worry about people I didn't know, so I didn't. And yeah, I got called every name in the book. I'm a terrible person. I'm a white supremacist. I'm a baby killer. I'm a grandma killer. I'm everything you could imagine.
Wow, that's like
So-
overachieving. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, overachieving. I even went into grocery stores and shit.
The thing is, they don't realize that when they label you all these things, like they're watering down the actual meaning of these words because they're like just targeting innocent people, and it's like
Yeah.
that doesn't mean anything anymore,
Yep. Yeah. Well, I mean, words.
The boy that
words,
cried wolf.
words,
that-
much like money, only have the meaning and power that we give them. Right.
Yeah, well, stupid
So-
people always put things in boxes because it's easier. So
Well, yeah, and like not to break open a can of worms that nobody wants to talk about, but we were talking about
you guys
breaking
eat worms
rules
up there
earlier.
too?
Pardon?
You guys eat worms up there too with your bugs?
Yeah, we fry them with green tomatoes.
That
We
actually
even
sounds
write
kinda
books
good.
about it.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it all started with the bugs on the
We're
plate.
eating worms with the lizard people and getting rid of red meat to eat bugs.
Yeah, they're high in protein, right? And I guess that's not untrue because if you look at a lot of tribe cultures, do eat a lot of bugs, crickets, caterpillars, shit like that because they are high in protein. Right. And all those cultures, like our lifespan is only 76 to 80 years. And a lot of those cultures, their lifespan is upwards towards 115 to 130 years. Right. So, I mean, kind of makes you wonder if they're doing it right. This is a perfect time for us to have this conversation. I ate a cookie about a half an hour before this interview for pain.
Are there bugs in it?
No, but there was weed in it. So the universe always works in perfect timing.
Happy Thanksgiving, Todd. It's like Thanksgiving over there. Happy
Oh
Thanksgiving.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is
yeah, it
Thanksgiving
is.
over there. That's
Yeah,
right.
this
How did
we
it go?
sell- What, Thanksgiving? Well, what happened was these fucking idiots from Europe came over and raped and slaughtered the actual indigenous people here, and then gave them some turkey and corn on the cob, and now we celebrate it every year.
No, I mean,
How's
how
the
did it
pie?
go today? Tell us what you did today.
That was a pie.
Didn't you go with Bowie to help out that?
Yeah, we didn't quite make it because, I do that usually every year. It's called Gobble Gobble Give, where we go to downtown Vegas. They do it in a lot of cities and literally feed the homeless.
That's awesome.
But this year I fucked up and intentionally watched sports, and I fucking hate sports, always have. And then I'm old, so I took a nap, and then we were too late to go there. So
Damn sports.
let's not talk about me and my napping and sports watching. So Richie, what's going on with your music?
Well, like we were saying, we got the new album coming out very soon. Hopefully, either before or into the new year.
When your album comes out, where are we going to be able to find it?
So there's Broken Records curve. I can't even speak. Broken.
I passed it on to you.
Already breaking records? Awesome.
Broken Curfew Records.com, like their website. They're gonna have it up there. They also have a Bandcamp page, which is really the best because Bandcamp, like it helps out the bands. All the money goes, most of the money goes to the artists.
Yep.
And
Fridays are the best day to purchase from Bandcamp because it goes all towards you guys.
Yeah, so they got a Bandcamp page.
Yep.
They got us up on there, so you'll be able to order. I think they're gonna make a CD, and I don't know. I don't think they make vinyl, but and also of course
Wait,
digital.
CDs still exist?
People still buy CDs.
Yeah. I got 3,000 of them underneath my fish tank. CDs still exist.
There's many
The
questions.
question
about
is,
that,
do people still buy hard copies of music?
Yeah.
Hard copies in general aren't really like they used to be.
You must be old because where I'm from, you just download it and stuff because I'm a kid.
Yeah, I'm from another planet.
Well,
so.
our music you'll be able to download it everywhere. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And so we'll make all the.
So you guys are doing a full record? I'm sorry because I missed the thing. You're releasing a full record coming up?
Yeah, we released 5 singles since January. Like we're releasing a single every couple months, and the full album, 10 tracks. It's going to be out. Like I said, I'm going to give you a release date as soon as possible.
Say out again. Out.
Oot.
Hey.
Oot in the boot.
The way we say boot too. I was gonna say there's more of us than there are of you guys, but there's only 2 of us. Technically, there's 2 of you.
Well,
so
try to say it out, oot, out. I didn't say A. No one said A. So you guys
say
that.
A.
Wait a minute, you guys aren't real Canadians.
Do you know what a toque is?
What's going on here? A tooth?
Toque. Do you know what a toque is?
Sounds like something I would have worn in the 90s when I woke up drunk and didn't know where I was. But
I'm impressed. You're half right.
Right.
It is something you would wear.
If I'm right,
you would have worn
really
it in the 90s. A toque is a hat. A toque is a winter hat. Oh,
Really?
this is a fun game. Yep.
A toque.
Yep. Yeah,
How
a
do you spell
toque
it?
is a winter hat. TOQUE.
Oh, so it can't just be toque like TOK.
No, that's
TQUE. So it's a fucking beanie? Is that what you're saying? The
no.
warm hat? Or does it have the ears? Does it
The
have the
beanie
ears?
is a totally different hat.
So what's a toque look like?
It's like a smaller version of a beanie.
It's what Bob and Doug McKenzie wore on their heads.
Yeah.
I fucking
I
love
used to have
them.
those action figures. I don't
Take
have
off,
them
you
anymore.
loser.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, why would you make a smaller version of a winter hat or a beanie when you're in fucking Canada where it's cold as fuck?
Oh, because we're not the ones that wear the little beanies, though. That's like more
Yeah.
like, you mean like those little ones that go above the ears?
Yeah.
No, that's
Like
not
a nerd
really.
hat?
I don't know where that was popularized. Do you know?
I don't know.
It wasn't the 90s in Canada, that's for sure.
Well,
Oh.
it was in Seattle because My 18-year-old son wears one when it's 150 fucking degrees here, because
he's 18.
he doesn't know what a fucking toque is.
It's because he's 18. Well, now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell it. TKUE
Nope.
something, but
Nope.
I gotta say, hey, what's up, Brandon? If you're watching,
Q, whatever. Anyway, Richie,
That was
do
cool.
you have a toque?
yeah, I got a toque. I was wearing one all day,
Really?
but
cold up
it's
here.
wet because
Now you guys are fucking with me,
no, it was rain. It was snowing.
and I can't see the little screen, so I can't see if you're currently wearing your toque.
No, he's got it. He's gonna put it on. I love it. There you go.
I was wearing this all day, but it was snowing, so it's all wet.
Yeah.
Well, did your toque do what it was intended for? Because I'm pretty sure if they took that long to spell it that fucked up, it must work.
It's a French word.
Wait, and why were you out in the snow?
It didn't snow. Did it snow there today? It rained here.
It was like a snowy rain. Like it looked like snow, but it turned
like
to water
sky
fast.
slush.
No, that's the worst.
Yeah,
It's
sky
called
garbage.
slush. We call that slush,
Yeah, sky
Yeah, okay.
slush.
Sky slush. That's even better. I should write this shit down. I already have
Yeah.
like 4 fucking song titles for me and Richie's new record.
That's what. That's what happens when Amanda's unattended with weed cookies.
I think Sky Slush and the Toque is actually a really good band name. I'm going to copyright that.
Oh,
So Richie,
here live.
Richie, what about your solo shit you released?
You're on the Canadian.
Yeah, I released that.
Yeah. Hey, how do you guys get your milk? Just curious.
From the cow.
Yeah, I was just
Ours
say
comes in bags.
Yeah, bags like that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude. Look.
Why would I
How do
don't
you
like
get it?
milk, so I can't. But a bag of milk.
Sorry, I
Makes
didn't mean to cut
less
you guys
sense
off.
than a
My daughter
fucking
was like,
thing of
"Here, show them this."
How do you get the fucking milk out of a bag? I don't even want to know.
Hey, wait, Todd, what do you
Wait,
have?
no,
you,
wait.
you still get it in a glass jar?
No, I don't think they do that anymore. That was even dumber than a bag. A bag of
We
milk.
get
It's
them
like
in
you're
big
taking the
4
cow's
gallon
udders and
too.
putting it in your refrigerator. But
No, we have milk jugs that we put the bags in so we can pour them.
why don't you just put it in a fucking jug to begin with?
Oh.
Now milk is gross, so
I
I
agree. I very much agree.
think they should just leave it in the cows and leave them the fuck alone.
It never made sense to me why no other animals on the face of this planet drink from any other animals and we do. It just makes no sense. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's probably because we don't eat enough bugs.
You get it out of the bag the same way you get it out of the cow. Thank you, Brandon.
Well,
He's
all
back.
mammals drink milk, though.
Yeah, I know, but they don't drink other mammals' milk. They only drink their particular, right? Like pigs
Right.
don't drink cow's milk.
That's true.
Cows don't drink kangaroo milk.
Do pigs make milk? I like pigs. They're cute.
I don't know. Bacon's great.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't
Who
think
else
before I
makes milk?
speak so everybody's surprised.
So anyway, Richie, your new solo album about milk and
We got to write an album about why humans drink milk from cows.
I'm going to download this interview and send it to you guys so that you have all this material for later.
But I want Amanda to help us write those songs. About
Absolutely, I will.
that's
I
not
can't
easy.
play an instrument to save my life, but I've been writing since I was 6 years old, so bring it on.
Well,
Hey, if there's anybody that wants to work with us, any of us here, I know we're all artists and we all like to work with other artists. So if there's anybody watching this that is looking for somebody to work with, we're down. Just write us and get in contact with us. I'm also like, because me, I do music and art also, like how you write books. I also do art. So if there's anybody out there that would like to This is a plug. This is a plug. If anybody needs art, because now it's going AI, and I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm so against. Like I am against AI, but I know if I say I'm against AI, people will be like, well, how come you guys used AI on this and that? It's like
you're allowed to pick and choose what parts of it you're against.
Right.
Just saying, I'm on your side, man.
The last exactly. So like the Bloody Mary single, I drew that one myself.
Yeah.
And so the album cover I'm working on right now for Cav Noir, I'm drawing myself too. And I just didn't want to go. I didn't want our band to go fully AI. And
yeah,
I'm seeing all these bands put out these artificial intelligence album covers, and I'm like, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Like, yeah, people respond to it because that's what they're used to. But do we really want everybody getting used to that? And like, it's like surrendering, you know?
Well, we live in such an automatic world. What happened to doing shit yourself?
That's it.
You know what I mean? Like I and not to age myself, but I'm gonna do it. I'm almost 42 years old, and I'm one of the few people I know my age that cans food instead of relies on the grocery store. Like we grow and can our own food because fuck the grocery store.
You drink milk out of a bag too, so you're
no. We have that for cooking and baking. We don't drink that. I don't drink that.
Really?
I can't. No.
The milk thing is just blowing my mind. But just one thing, sorry to interrupt, the AI thing, which I mean, I get it. Technology, great, but artificial intelligence would only be better than what we can do if we weren't fucking unintelligent. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I don't know. Think about it though. The money system, the school system, and the healthcare system were all invented and implemented by the same family. If that tells you anything. Over time, we have been dumbed down to believe the things that they have told. Like, I mean, think about it. Everybody used to have generational wealth, and there's no such thing as generational wealth anymore because nobody does anything. Nobody does anything for themselves because everything is done for us, right? A lot of people don't have their own gardens. They solely rely on the grocery store, right?
True.
People don't raise their own food. We're not relying on our neighbors to raise our barns like the Amish do. Those motherfuckers got it right. They're smart people, man. You know, and I mean, there's corruption everywhere. There's corruption everywhere. So, but like they got it right, man. And they don't live by the almighty dollar. They live by the value of their people.
Right.
And we've lost that. Because we've been taught to lose that. Right. Well, look at the latest this. Look at the latest that. I mean, they say, you know, get an electric vehicle and go green. Well, when you're mining lithium and cobalt, you're not going green. You're destroying the fucking planet. But they don't teach you that shit because when you know that shit, we stand up and the Monopoly game stops. Right? So
it's true. And don't get me going on fucking speaking of electric vehicles.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I hold it in on a regular basis. And on Thursday mornings, I volunteer at a farm. I work for my groceries instead of money. And we do this all morning long. This is all the stuff that we talk about. I'm a very fuck the government type of person. So when I get into these interviews, sometimes I'm still a little feisty. So I'm sorry.
So what do you guys think, you know, you Canadians, Elon Musk, speaking of electric vehicles.
He's one of them. Sorry. Richie, you said you could draw, or you were drawing your artwork, doing the artwork. Yeah, we could have this conversation all day long. But yeah, don't get me started on him. He's one of them.
Richie left to go find a bag of milk.
Actually, Brandon wrote us here. He said he's talking to you, Todd. He said you get it out of the bag the same way you get it out of the cow.
Yeah.
So what's the point of doing it, taking it out of the cow's teat? They put it in a bag, so you got to still get it out of the teat.
Well, they're breaking us down baby
Don't
steps,
fucking find a cow and do it yourself.
We got to
That's
write him a golden book about this.
So that's why I just mentioned. That's
Wait.
why I just asked you about drawing, because it, like, if
Oh, yeah.
you're interested, I have a whole bunch of little golden books that need artwork, and I can't draw to save my fucking life.
Well, let's definitely
So, like, let's do some little golden medal books.
let's hit each other up about that. You'll
All
send
right,
me.
yeah, definitely. Because I want to take people's experiences in the mosh pit and turn them into bedtime stories. Like
Well,
my
Todd's got a lot
kids,
of stories too.
well, like my kids, my youngest daughter, her first experience was a Slipknot concert. How would you not want a book written about, like, a personal book about that, like a book all about Mia's first Slipknot concert? I'm not the only metal parent out there who would be wanting to give their kid that for Christmas.
Right. Yeah,
And-
first concert experiences too are always like super memorable.
Yeah, yeah. So when Pantera came around last summer, when they came around to Toronto, I bribed my kids with corn dogs and ice cream to go with me. And at the end of the night, they ended up meeting Rita. And Rita had remembered meeting me 13 years ago or 10 years ago or whatever. I think it was 10 years ago, because she had told the story of signing all the merch that we bought to my kids, because she had signed all the merch to Melody and to Mia, Love from Rita. And she, like, we put all this stuff away in a box for them. And when we met her last year in Toronto, the kids were with me, and she was helping me tell the story of her signing all that stuff for them, which was fucking cool, because that's something they'll remember for the rest of their lives. Hey, remember when Mom took us to Pantera? Right? So yeah, I've been taking them to shows since they could stand up on their own.
Awesome.
I have a very important question. Do Canadian cows say moo? Or do they say like mute? How do they moo? Do they have an accent? There's nothing to do with Pantera, although it might. Just wondering.
You're gonna have to come and try and talk with them.
I don't know.
Maybe you'll be the first. You'll be the first cow whisperer.
They don't have cows in Canada, do they? See, here we go.
They wear toques.
That's why you guys got toques.
They wear toques.
It's like the cat in the hat.
That's why I have milk in a bag. It's not actually from a cow.
Do you know what a 2-4 is? Or a 26er?
A 2-4 or a 26er.
Yes.
Numbers.
There he is.
So a 2-4 is a case of beer. And a 26er, yeah, a 2-4 is a case of beer.
Oh, 24.
And a 26er is a 750 milliliter bottle of booze.
But that's very complicated. Why you gotta throw math into it? You get milk in a bag, and you gotta do algebra to buy alcohol. A 2-4. And what's the other one? A 26er.
A 26er, yeah.
Richie, I hope you're writing this shit down, because we got a whole fucking record with the shit right now.
Told you, I'm going to send you the interview. You've got all this recorded.
And I wanted to ask you, Zach, actually, about he's got to tell you his experiences in live music in Brazil, because he went to different types of shows than we're used to.
Yeah.
So yeah, how was the scene? You told me a bit about it, Isaac.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I gotta say hi to Rodrigo.
Yes.
Yeah, man, I remember you booking us, Rodrigo. Thanks again for having us in Toronto and Hamilton. And the Beta 58s, yeah, our boys from Kingston. All
That's
right.
awesome. Thanks for popping in for a second week in a row, man. I appreciate it. He's a great guy. I had him as one of the vendors for my Mayhem Metal Market, and what a fucking treat of a human being he is. June, Rodrigo, get a hold of me for June.
Okay, cool. So what you're saying, Isaac?
No, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
My camera here is freezing. Everything is freezing. I can't see you guys, but if you are hearing me, it's good. But yeah, the experience at my time, it was too expensive to go like mainstream bands to go to a concert, and I used to go to the underground shows, and what I can say is that I watched like a Sepultura concert. I don't know if you guys had a chance to go to, but it was one of the best concert of my life. And for
Is
but
this
most of the
Sepultura with the brothers, like original Sepultura
yes,
with Max and your? Right.
Eagle.
no, I
Max
didn't.
is
I haven't had a chance to watch with the brothers, but I watched it after, and it's still they live. They sounded good,
awesome.
and yeah, but most of the concert I've been there is most underground concert. So
Yeah,
I
with
didn't.
Craig, you played all the underground shows.
That's so cool.
Yes,
That's cool. I would love to travel there to see what their metal scene is like. Same with like Japan and Indonesia, and the metal scenes across the world are just crazy. But the Brazilian scene, those like some of the pits I've seen on YouTube, and like you guys are beastly. Like some
yeah.
of those pits are fucking scary, man, and I'm not afraid of a pit.
There's one of the concerts I like to watch is Aron, and they when they play Fear of the Dark, it's like the crowd singing together. Is one of the magic moments of
Yep,
the audience play there.
yep. That's like a legendary goosebumps moment.
Yeah.
Cool.
Question for the band. You've been releasing single after single, but no news of any shows yet. When can we expect to see you on stage? And at what venue would you break the seal with?
Like we said earlier, I don't know if Brandon missed before. Earlier in the interview, we said we probably won't be playing live unless, like, there's a big demand for it. But for the most part, like Isaac was saying, he's got his two little kids, and we're kind of like we're not really in the right season for that.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna definitely. We've already started the second, like I said, tracks for the next Cab Noir recordings. As far as live goes, I think that's out of the question. So you'll be stuck with seeing me on the road alone doing my solo stuff.
Dude, Richie, see, you're
Unless,
blowing it here. The answer is you're holding out to play Download, Rock in Rio, only big festivals. Otherwise, you're not fucking doing it.
There
See
you
that?
go.
Yeah,
See?
you're
So if you
holding
call
out
it, if
for the
Rock in
next
Rio
Heavy
calls us,
Montreal.
yeah, if we get some big festivals reaching out to us, sure. I mean, we'll do it, but you got to fly us out there. Give us the rock star treatment.
What's the best festival you've ever been to? I know it's a loaded question.
I didn't go to too many fests. I remember when I was young, I liked Warped Tour in the '90s, and Todd played Warped Tour in the '90s with Total Chaos.
Yeah, it was the
Really?
2000s. I'm not that old. It was 2002.
2000.
I actually was at the first Warp Tour in, I think, '98.
That's fucking killer.
Yeah, it was good.
With
That's cool.
Sublime and No Doubt, right?
That's
Bad
awesome.
Religion, Pennywise. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking my childhood.
Yeah, I mean, I was only like, 3 years old then, but I remember it, some young.
I remember actually I went to Warped Tour '98, but that wasn't. I don't think that was the. Was that the first Warped Tour?
98 was the first show ever. It had to have been 98.
I've never been to a Warp Tour.
No, it was '95, Todd. It was '95. Yeah, because when I went to Warped
95?
Tour,
Yeah, that makes sense. So I was actually like, not even born yet.
You're still a twinkle in your daddy's eye.
Yeah. No. 95? Really?
and because I remember when I
yeah.
went in '98, it wasn't the first Warped Tour. They had been building up speed and stuff, and so '98 it was huge. I remember I saw Rancid there in '98, and NoFX was there, and everybody. There was on the smaller stage. There was, I think, Snapcase and Shutdown and stuff like that. Deftones were there that year.
They used to have the best, like it was punk because obviously you had the traditional punk bands. Yeah, like No Effects, douchebag, Fat Mike, but they'd have Eminem. They'd bring out fucking bands that,
They had Ice-T.
yeah,
I saw Ice-T at Mayhem Festival, Monster Energy Festival. It was Cannibal Corpse on one side. No, it was Suicide Silence right before Mitch Lucker died, and then it was Ice-T on the other side, and then it was fucking Cannibal Corpse. It was amazing. It was
Ice-T
wonderful.
fucking rules. It's new.
I
new body
love
count,
Ice-T.
the new Body Count songs, which is like
Yeah. He
he
said to me,
fucking
merciless.
sending shit at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah, I fucking love
So
it. He's
fucking good.
ruthless when it comes to his lyrics.
So good.
Yeah, his pit was insane. Like I've been in some heavy pits. Like I was in Cannibal Corpse right after that, and I felt like I was being pushed around by marshmallows after being in the pit for Ice-T.
Yeah, I saw Body Count at one of their first shows. It was at a convention called Foundations Forum in LA, which is like a metal, I guess, LA metal kind of thing, which back then was mostly like glam metal type things.
Yep.
They fucking destroyed it. It was so good.
That's killer. That's
And
awesome.
he made that transformation at the right time, like with rap to metal.
Perfect
Because
timing.
it's
Yeah.
like the rap.
No. He didn't do the rap. The rap metal thing was invented by Limp Bizkit. So
I thought it was, what's her name there? That one
Did
that
we all
invented.
go to the same music school? Because I thought it was Blondie.
no,
Didn't Avril Lavigne invent
it's-
everything?
no, it's Limp
Yeah.
Bizkit. Fred Durst invented everything.
Everything.
Yeah, including riots.
He got a time machine and he went back and invented classical.
Well, look what Fred Durst wearing his fucking red baseball cap. Look what happened with that in America.
Yeah, you're not kidding, man. He showed up to one party with one red baseball cap on, and every fucking boy in North America had a red baseball cap. Starter must have loved him.
And now the dipshit wearing a red baseball cap and all his minions are running my fucking country.
Did you know that he was the president of Epic Records for a little while?
Didn't know.
I knew he worked. I mean, he's not a dumb guy. I mean, he's done a lot.
No, he can't be if he's headlining stages like Woodstock, even if that was 25 years ago. Like, seriously, no stupid person is on the bill for fucking Woodstock.
Well, I mean, if you look at it back then,
Can I have my carafe, please?
It looked stupid.
In the freezer.
But now, if you watch that, it's like, I told my son this the other day, I'm like, fuck. Hearing Limp Bizkit is actually better than most of the shit that you hear now. Like, shit's going wrong when you're like, fuck, Limp Bizkit, break stuff. Yeah. Like, what?
You know what, though? I have to say this. I will not defend Limp Bizkit in any way, shape, or form, but I will die on the break stuff hill. That is like one of my top 3 favorite fucking songs.
Well,
and the reason a lot of people are still alive in my life.
Well, the thing about Limp Bizkit
is, Rodrigo, I appreciate that.
The guitar player Les, who to this day still wears the craziest fucking.
He's one of the best guitar players ever.
And it's like the balance. It's like you got the douche, and then you got the cool, so it balances out.
That's going to be real heavy, Mia. It's probably going to topple over all over the place.
Are you breaking stuff now?
Yeah. So I work at a farm, and there's good job, dude.
Are there cows?
That thing is full of butternut squash and potatoes, and there's like 6 butternut squash in there, and like 25 potatoes, and like 7 cooking onions. And she's maybe 90 pounds soaking wet, and she just moved that whole thing. And I guarantee that thing is heavier than her. I guarantee it. Can I have one too, please? Thank you. She's learning how to play the drums. A friend of mine.
Drummers are the worst.
Yeah, but there's one for every 10 bands. We need to fix that.
Yeah.
So
Get one that shows up to fucking rehearsal. And
well,
show.
now there's 1.5 for every 10 bands. So I didn't know that she had an unhealthy obsession with Weezer, does have an unhealthy obsession with Weezer, like I did with Nirvana. And like so much so, she's like, "Mom, they have a Christmas album." So I gave her the
A
drumsticks.
Christmas album. Who has
Yep.
a Weezer does?
Weezer has a Christmas album.
Now my son loves Weezer and Nirvana, even
Yeah.
though he's 18. But
Yeah. Well,
I didn't know they had a Christmas album, but there's only one Christmas album in the history of mankind that fucking rules. But anyway, go ahead.
go
And
on.
it's not Weezer.
What is it? You can't
It's
say
a
something
fuck-
like that. Not tell us.
Well, no, I'm not going to tell you. Till
Oh,
you
wait.
tell me.
Come
if
on.
there's-
No. Do they? Brutal.
Oh no, now there's already people on your farm that hate me because I.
It's my 11-year-old.
Is it
Oh,
is it Twisted Sister's Christmas album?
yes.
Ooh.
Todd's a huge Twisted Sister fan, and he's hung out with
I've
the
never
buddy,
heard of it.
Really?
buddy there. Yeah, show him your tattoo.
But I don't have tattoos, Richie. That's fucking weird.
He's got his Twisted Sister tattoo, and
That's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
No, that is your Christmas album. I didn't know Weezer did one, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, one of my close friends was teaching her how to play the drums, and she decided that she didn't want him to teach her anymore. She wanted to learn herself. So she turned the Weezer Blue album on, and she's almost all the way through the album with knowing how to play for almost every song.
well, can you be a responsible parent and have somebody tell her that drummers and drums suck? They're loud. They don't show up for rehearsal.
I homeschool. I am a responsible parent.
Well, but
Be nice.
meanwhile, she can do the whole Weezer record. I think I'm going to call
Yep.
it, what do they call CPS there for the
Facts.
Child
called
Protective
facts.
Services?
It's called facts here.
Facts?
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, her first
like a
show
fax
was
machine?
not-
Did
Yeah,
you send
yeah,
us fucking
facts.
papers?
Family and Children's Services. They make it sound less invasive than Child Protective Services.
Yeah. Well,
Did you know that those alphabet companies aren't owned by the government? You don't actually have to do what they say.
you know that if you don't open the door, then
They can't do anything. Nothing. You can tell them to fuck right off, and there's nothing
No.
they can do.
because then you open the door, 'cause then they can report it.
Nah.
Not that I know this from experience. Anyway, so Richie, what about music?
yeah,
Do
I
you
asked me
guys
this
have
question.
somewhere that we can find your merch?
Yeah, we will have merch soon, but we don't have merch yet. And so
Okay.
Cav Noir merch will be up on the Broken Curfew site. I could give you the exact URL their site there.
Yes,
I think
please.
it's just Broken Refuge. I think it's just brokencurfewrecords.com.
Okay, yeah, and
Yes,
let
correct.
me know when you guys get merch, because obviously I'm still collecting shirts. So
Awesome.
yeah, so
But,
I have like 500 band shirts now.
Yeah, if any-
500 shirts.
Yeah, I own like 500 band shirts and like 3,000 CDs or something like that.
Cool.
And you,
I've
get
done
milk, and you get milk in a bag.
Eggs,
There's
I
something.
know. Crazy, right? Imagine I can drive myself to the store to get it.
Oh, you got cars there?
Yeah, we do. I prefer the stick. I don't drive automatic cars. I don't like them.
Wow, I don't either. But Richie,
Yeah.
I know we're doing the Cav Noir. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Kid.
Cav Noir. But how do you Noir should have like the Canadian tone to it. But anyway, the solo stuff Richie put out is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Recently, it's really good. So
I put out an EP. I don't know if I mean we sold out the vinyl. It was like 3 tracks, so that's on
That's
Thumper
dope.
Punk Records. If you want to check out, you can check it out on Bandcamp too. Thumper Punk Records on Facebook.
Supper fucking what? records?
Thumper Punk. So THUMPER
Why
Punk
can't you
record.
just people name shit fucking normal? So you got Thumper Punk and
Toque.
what's the hat thing again?
Too.
I said it.
Actually,
too.
it's funny
I
because
knew that's what he was going to
Todd,
ask.
Thumper Punk is from the US. It's a US label.
Oh yeah, blame it on the Americans. Wait, you put out that on vinyl?
Yeah. And you didn't even order a copy, you bum.
I bought the.
I'm kidding with you.
I didn't get a copy, so I'm gonna. Where's fucking Dumper Pump's offices?
Thumper Punk is in the States in California, and but they're all out, man. So you have to order it for. I could send you one.
No, I'll find one. Where are they? What's it called? Dumper
Yeah, go to
Stump?
Thumper Punk Bandcamp. Go to the Facebook and click on the page.
It'll be easy to go to. I'll go to Dumper Stump to get that, and then
I'm crying.
to get the hat with the fucking vinyl. Anyway, did you put it out on an 8-track by any chance?
No, but people make 8-tracks, I think, still. No.
Shut the fuck up.
People still make cassettes. I don't know if they still make 8-tracks, but like I'm sitting next to about 300 cassettes.
Now cassettes are cool, but in vinyl's cool again, I guess.
Yeah.
CDs are actually retro now, according to my son, because it's easier than vinyl. Which
watch it.
No,
I'm not retro.
It is retro now because vinyl was retro and cool, and then you realize that CDs were a little bit easier for everything.
Yeah, now vinyl's where 8-tracks used to be.
Fucking 8-tracks?
Sorry.
Where's Richie?
I'm there.
He's right beside you.
All right, so we're gonna do this is a exclusive. What's the name of the hat again?
Toque.
Toque. Well, Toque Records.
What do you guys call them?
We'll call it a fucking hat. I don't. We're gonna release. Me and Rich are gonna finally, after fucking 100 years, write and record this amazing record, but only gonna be on 8-track.
Well, Rodrigo is requesting it. No, he said, actually, believe it or not, people are requesting the reproduction of 8-tracks. I honestly am not surprised. I'm not surprised. Like, I don't know. A lot
of the best. Does anybody here ever fucking had an 8-track and knows how they work? Because they're awesome. They're like cassettes.
I was born in the 80s. They still had 8-tracks in vehicles when I was a kid. They also had vehicles without seatbelts still when I was a kid.
Yep. Toque. The album Toque by me and Richie.
By those damn Canucks.
It's going to be like Wu-Tang Clan that made one record and sold it to that.
You know, all those guys went to like Harvard and Yale and shit. The Wu-Tang Clan. They're all like Harvard and Yale graduates. Yeah.
They went to the Wu. Then they go to the Wu University.
Right.
Yeah. I think
then ODB they're all fucking Harvard graduates too.
Yeah, but they fucked up. They're not that smart because they released or recorded that one album they sold to the pharma douchebag for like $1 million.
Yeah.
But didn't do it on 8-track. We got this.
We'll make an 8-track. We're going to make an 8-track and we're going to sell it to some rich guy. And he's going to hide it from the rest of the world just to like, build up some kind of like crazy story.
No, you better thing.
Golden books.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to release the
try to take over the world
on 8-track. It'll be exclusive, and nobody has an 8-track player. We'll sell it for like $1 million. It'll be fucking blank. No one will know the difference. We'll just put a cool cover on it. You can draw.
Yeah, we'll take an old 8-track of like Engelbert Humperdinck and stick our picture on it.
Dude, I have a bunch of Engelbert
Humperdinck. They won't know the difference.
We'll
50 years down the road, they'll think it was. They'll just put it on and think you sing like Engelbert.
Yeah, I can't. Neither of us can sing that good though.
That's hilarious.
That will be deceiving the public.
That's true. We don't want to do that in 2024.
So Yeah, but if they
Wait a
can
minute.
spell,
Didn't we have
if
the
they
fuck
can spell
cancel culture
Engelbert
at the
Humpel,
beginning of this conversation?
Sorry.
Says it. Didn't we have the fuck cancel culture conversation at the beginning of this?
can we spell? If you can spell Engelbert Humperdinck, and Took, then you can get our track.
I can definitely spell too.
No one's gonna get it.
I can't fucking. Obviously, I won't get one, but Took. It's TEQUZE. Fucking. I don't know. All right, we're not gonna make fun of dumb American not knowing how to spell. It's not. It's Canadian spelling. That's why. Anyway,
Hey guys,
so
I just
Richie,
yeah, I'll have to drop off. I need to finish up with the kids here. Just wanna thank you so much for the interview, and
Thank you
Amanda,
for
thank
coming
you so
out
much.
tonight. I appreciate it very, very much.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you, Todd, and you can have a good time there, and have a good evening there. Take care.
Have a wonderful night. Thank you.
thanks,
Bye.
man.
Bye, Zach.
And then there were three. This is Margaret. She's my interview mug.
Cool.
She's 84 years old.
True.
Mhm.
Awesome.
They came out with a series of them in the early 1940s. There's like 8 or 9 of those, and all the handles are the pin up in a different position. Hey, my neighbor just walked in the door, and I'm pretty sure that her medical cookie has kicked in.
Oh, boy.
So on that note, I'm going to say goodnight to you, lovely humans. We really do need to do this again, though. I would like to reschedule with the two of you again, for sure.
Cool.
In like February.
Sure.
February 6th is my next open date. So I'm going to just put your name in there.
All right.
Awesome.
What month is it? What day and month is it in?
It's a
Canada?
Thursday in February at 7 p.m.
Are you there? Sorry.
So, but we
Motherfucker, I
can
made
talk
it this
about it
far without this fucking up.
Well, thank you so
Hold
much,
on,
Amanda,
hold on.
for having us.
Anytime. Both
I don't
all
got
of you
it. I
were an
can't hear you.
absolute blast to talk to. Absolutely. And I definitely, the three of us, I want to do this again. I want to do a full interview.
I'm just gonna nod.
You and your fucking dope shades.
Hmm.
Well, it was wonderful to talk to the both of you. Next week,
can't I
we
hear?
don't have any interviews because we
Uh-oh.
have a show at Dive Pub. It's 7:30. The doors,
Mother
$50 at the door.
fucker.
My phone's ringing.
All right. Sounds good, Amanda. Let's keep in touch.
Definitely, definitely. All right, I'll see everybody next week
All
at
the
the
best.
Dive Pub. Have a
Todd
good
will-
night, guys.
Night. I'll contact you, Todd, after this, if you want. All right. Ciao, Amanda.
Have a good night, man.